Welcome to my chess channel. Thank you for visiting it. Here is a 5-minute game that I've just played on chess.com. Okay, let's get into it. I'll try to deliberate a little bit, not be too quick. E4, so unusual for me, E4 at the moment, because I'm primarily playing D3. E5, so we enter into very quickly a Spanish, which I really like for white and black. A6, and now black now plays a different move than usual. Plays D6. Bishop D7. Now, white always has to be careful of knight to D4, especially if the king's castled. Knight D4 sort of like can be quite good at times, so white has to be careful of that. So I play C3. So here we go, knight F6. Fair enough. My opponent is 2000 and something. That sort of thing. So 2000 and something on chess.com for 5-minute blitz chess. I play castles, of course, so just continue on with normality. Bishop E7, Rook D1. Usual here would be moves such even as D4 or D3 and bishop out or knight BD2 and that sort of thing. So that's the usual sort of ideas for white here in this position. Rook D1. Now this actually threatens a pawn. Or I think it does. So here we have black has surrendered the center on E5 by capturing my D4 pawn, and so I've got two adjacent pawns, of course, next to each other, which just about everyone I know likes if they've got that sort of formation. D5, so black hits back in the center very sensibly. Whether or not it's any good or not is another question. So here, of course, I'm threatening just knight takes, pawn on D5, or knight takes E4, of course, so this capture happens. There are other moves here, but they weren't played by black. So this is also getting quite finite for me. Now, if knight takes pawn here, thinking that after new variation, after this just bishop takes bishop, I do not play after knight D4 knight takes. I do not play after knight D4. Why is that not saved there? I don't want to do this. Anyway, in this position here on the board right now, I would play Rook D4. I cannot take the bishop on D7, of course, because then my queen is taken with check. So I would play Rook D4 here, and thereby I'm defending my bishop on A4. So we'll go back over b5. So now that's going to be out of the question. So I play bishop c2. I think, well, I'd rather have it on this diagonal here, b1 to h7, than this diagonal, which black can just easily repel that attack on d5. So I play bishop c2. This is with the idea of queen d3 soon, but something happened. It's called a finger drop. I went queen d2. Now actually this didn't turn out to be too bad. So I play queen d2 here, g6. So black's noticing that I was probably going to play queen d3. I don't know. But queen d2 is not my intended move, and I'm not going to go on about it any more than that. So queen f4, I'm not going to play it to h6 here instead, because then I'm going to get bishop f8 attacking my queen. Whereas here, my queen is well situated, preventing all sorts of things. Bishop e6. And now, I think, what am I going to do now? I could play knight g5 and queen h4, threaten queen h7 check and queen h8 mate, but I've got about 10 moves there all in a row. So I could play knight g5, but I didn't really like the idea of black just taking my knight on g5 with their bishop and then swapping off queens, which may be good for white anyway, but I'd rather not. So here I play h4. So this creates a wee establishment place for my knight on g5, or my queen can come here or back here again, and if the bishop moves back, and I can play knight in here and that sort of thing. So if I play queen h6, I'm threatening straight away knight g5, which is very, very good in my opinion for white. So h4, but it is black's move, of course, so black plays bishop f8. Now, black's not really done anything terribly wrong at all, really. I play h5. Now, please do not ask me whether or not this move is sound or not. I think it's very, very good. Let's just go through some analysis. Let's just say black captures this pawn, okay, because it's a free pawn, isn't it? So let's just say black captures this pawn. I can just play knight here. Now, this pawn can come here, or the bishop can come here. Now, probably the bishop's the most worrisome one of the lot. But I have here a wee exercise for you. What could you play, you think, if bishop h7 check, which I can do, of course, so it's probably no good. Then I can play another move after king h8. So if the king moves to h8 after bishop h7, so bishop h7 takes the pawn on h7 with check, and it's defended with the knight on g5. The king goes here. Then what can I play as white? And so this is quite cool. So what can you do after bishop h7, king h8 for white? Bearing in mind that this bishop is indirectly attacking my queen, where my knight is having to defend it. So I'll show you now. Okay, bishop h7 check, king here, and then I have this move here, knight f7 check. And if bishop f7, because that's winning the queen, and if black plays this or this, I take the bishop with check with my queen, and then I look at the position after that point thereafter. So here king h7 is no good because of queen h6, king g8, and I can take my choice between this move or this move. Is quite good too, isn't it? But not really, this is better. And I can just lift this queen now, okay, or I can just go here, or anything just about. So I might not have looked at that analysis properly, but the theme of it all is that after bishop h7, king h8, then I have knight f7 check. I can even just about do that. Knight, which I can't, knight f7 check. And this might force this move. Cancel. I'm not going to say that because it mucks the whole squat. I might, the main line is king takes bishop and etc., which is really good. So we've got bishop f7, and then I've got queen takes bishop here, and then I'm threatening big stuff in black's camp. So I will go back now. That's just after h5. The main line was knight e7, and so here we go. The next move I play is g4, because I'm just playing sensibly as much as I can to inhibit black from moving their knight maybe to f5 or similar. So I'm just holding black back. Okay, so g4 prevents piece play on f5 by black. So queen d7, obviously attacking my g4 pawn. So would you in this situation go knight h2, or would you play g5, or would you play something else? So would you play knight h2 or g5 or something else? So the answer I played was knight g5. Now here, if the bishop takes the pawn, of course, just to be basically fundamental, then queen f7 is check, and checkmate follows on h7 hereafter. So black played bishop h6. Fair enough, I hear you say, because now they're putting my knight on g5, and they might be wanting to take it and then take my g4 pawn with their bishop. So I play f3, so that if black now takes this bishop, I'll go, fair enough, I don't care, I'll take that back, and I've got nice dark squid weaknesses for black here. Okay, so then I can just basically plant my queen in here or in here and threaten, or queen here and pawn up and that sort of thing, whereas white just has a free game here, really. So here in this situation, I would consider black's lost, but I might be incorrect, because black has to do something really quickly about their king position, that their king is in danger of checkmate very shortly hereafter. So the best thing for black to do, but it doesn't look very good to me, is this. This is not the best thing, because I just go queen check, and now it's final after the only spiked way out for black is knight f5, but that just gets taken by the pawn or the bishop, and then the queen g7 is still checkmate. So in that situation, black would probably be best to go here, but then I have got queen check here, queen here, knight here, queen here. I'd like to show you this, but I will mark the score up. Queen here, and then I've got the threat of bishop h6 check, which is pretty bad, because the only move after, because the knight can't take the bishop, is king e7 and queen f6 is checkmate. No, it's not, because the queen can be taken by the knight. Anyway, just some gobbledygook there. Rook f8. So white has now had black defend f7 a little bit more, and also other things. Now I play queen g3. What is my idea here? What is my threat? After queen g3, what am I threatening? I'm threatening to win material with knight e6. So if black doesn't watch it, I'm threatening knight e6. And then if queen takes or pawn takes e6, then I play bishop h6, you see. And also after knight e6, if bishop c1, I have knight f8 attacking the queen, and then black can play bishop e3, but I've won material. I've won an exchange for my knight. So bishop g7, and same thing, I'll play h6 here now, because same thing, bishop takes h6, fails to this. Now I'll show you this analysis, okay? New variation, knight e6, which is threatening the bishop as well, of course. So the bishop takes, knight takes the rook, the bishop can retreat to e3 check, and thereby take the knight afterwards, which isn't terrible for black. But I've just seen, because I'm just looking at this now, f4, and now all of a sudden, even though black can maybe get this queen g4 check if I take the bishop, now the bishop's trapped. So I didn't look deeper into it, but now that I have, that's what the result would be. Possibly, I don't know. So h6, and now my opponent went bishop h8, which is a bit unfortunate really. So I go bishop a3. I'm just trying to make sure everyone's involved, like a la Garry Kasparov. Knight e6, a bit of a surprise, but the reason being, now I think here that best here, and I'll check it with the computer, will be pawn takes, then queen takes. Yep, pawn takes. That's what the computer recommends. But my opponent went queen e6, which is sort of like making my analysis and that my fire analysis turn on fire. F4 with obvious worries to black's camp of f5, etc. f6 will not do, f5, and here black's threatening pawn takes pawn, of course, because it's the pawn is pinned, to my king on g1. When I look at this, think I'd rather play this now, this move, than what I did play. I played e6. Queen b8. Okay, Queen b8. So my opponent's wanting to play c5, so I went bishop f4, bishop c1 to f4. And now, of course, they have to move, so they go to Queen c8. Not the best place to move it to. Probably should just move it from here to here, and that's the thing, but it didn't really matter too much. Bishop b3. Now my opponent here at this time, for 5-minute chess, is rather behind. Probably because I've been defending. Now, if pawn takes pawn, then I just capture with pawn takes pawn, and this isn't great for black. I can play things like this, and so forth. But anyway, cd4 happens, cd4. Now I've got this open file for my rook, or my other rook, or whichever one gets there first. Rook c5. So now it's all about just plonking the pressure onto black, because already they're inhibited quite greatly with their piece mobilities and that sort of thing. So rook dc1, a4 happens, and yes, I can play rook c7, but I just played bishop d1, and here I could play dc5, but I'd rather keep the diagonal on the h1 to a8 diagonal open, not. So I play rook c5, rook c8, and I play bishop c7, and this is probably not a move my opponent expected, and herewith they lost on time. So that's this game for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not just the normal French or something like that. It's e4 move on move 1 by David Weegenaar. Thank you very much for visiting. I hope you enjoyed it, and no matter what level you are in chess, I hope that my games assist you in your overall game. Thank you very much.